Everybody, in this video I'm going to give you a full update from the Department of State for the months of July and August. We'll talk about National Visa Center, we'll talk about interview waivers updates, we'll talk about the current status of immigrant visa appointments and what to expect in the next few months. We'll talk about some updates to non-immigrant visa appointments, e-visa issues, and the current backlog and what to expect next. So, if you're interested in this topic, I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is a place you get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration information, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey less stressful. My name is Jacob Sapochnick, and I'm an immigration attorney located in San Diego, California, and I help clients in all 50 states and all over the world. This video, I'm going to give you a full update from the Department of State for the months of July and August. We'll cover a lot of things, including interview waivers, including the immigrant visa backlog, including NVC updates. Before we dive into this, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. So let's get started. The Department of State recently reported that interview waivers are now being implemented in almost every embassy around the world. What that means is that the embassies and consulates have full discretion to decide on which cases they can actually waive interviews. Those could be non-immigrant and immigrant visa interviews. And I've done quite a few videos where I explained who qualifies and what are the criteria for those interview waivers. And we're going to link below in this video some of those previous videos so you can understand who qualifies for those interview waivers. But the current statistics as of August 2022 is that over 30% of embassies and consulates are now using interview waivers both for immigrant and non-immigrant visas. And that's really good news because as they increase that practice, you're going to see that they're going to have more time and more space to interview immigrant visas and non-immigrant visa appointments that are not qualified for those interview waivers, and hopefully that will ease up the pressure, help fight that backlog that we've been seeing for the past year or so. Another great update from the Department of State is about family-based petitions. According to recent data released from the Department of State, in the first part of 2022, they've issued more family-based visas than the entire fiscal year of 2021. That's a really good sign. While it's still not enough, they're moving in the right directions, and we're going to see even better movement in the second part of 2022. As I mentioned to you in previous videos, we're going to see an escalation in visa issuance probably from the end of September all the way through the end of December, and even faster movement as the new year begins. Now let's talk about NVC. We had a lot of issues coming from National Visa Center where they are asking for documents that are not relevant or not necessary from applicants. If you had that happen to you, let me know in the comments. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say you are an applicant and you had no criminal record at all, and you're getting a request from a National Visa Center to submit police certificates from countries that you resided less than a year. This is completely unnecessary and not required under the regulations. Yet they still do that, and it puts a big burden on applicants to try to get those documents where it's virtually sometimes impossible because those documents don't exist. Or another example is that some US citizen spouses who resided outside of the United States for over a year, they have a lot of assets, or at least one asset that will be enough to satisfy the requirements of the Affidavit of Support Form I-864. Well, those applicants are being asked by National Visa Center to upload W-2s, where clearly they don't have those W-2s because they didn't work in the United States. According to the response from the Department of State, here's what you have to do. If you're getting a request for a police certificate and you're not supposed to submit, for example, if you reside in a place less than a year, normally you're not supposed to submit police certificate for that country. If you are encountering such issues, you need to contact National Visa Center with an explanation and let them know that this is the case and normally you're not supposed to be submitting that. You can submit an explanation comment in the CAC portal describing the exact situation. But again, before you do that, make sure that you're actually not supposed to do that. But before you contact the CAC, just make sure that that request that is coming from them is not appropriate, meaning that if you reside in a place less than a year, you don't have a criminal record, you're not supposed to provide a police certificate from there. Just explain it that way, and hopefully that will help to clarify the matter and release your case to move forward. With respect to the I-864 issues, their response from the Department of State is that if you submitted a tax return, even if it didn't work, they will be asking for W-2. And it's up to you just to explain when you submit the documents that there's no W-2 because the person didn't work, but you have other ways to show the income requirements. You're just gonna have to submit that with your I-864, expecting some sort of request for evidence from National Visa Center, to which you will respond explaining why you don't have the W-2s and why you don't need the W-2s to be submitted at this instance. Another big issue that we see with National Visa Center at the moment is this. Let's say you have a case with USCIS, your petition has been approved, for example, I-130, but while it's been approved, USCIS has not yet sent that case to National Visa Center. So National Visa Center is not able to move forward. In this case, the priority date is current, but NVC is not yet issuing a case number. And I'm sure many of you watching this video are in the same situation. If you are, let me know in the comments. Because there's no case number from NVC, you cannot start on your DS-260 form. And it's very, very frustrating. The response from the Department of State is the following. They're saying that it's a known issue actually. It's a known issue that there's a delay between approvals from USCIS, cases being approved at USCIS until they are being transferred to the National Visa Center. And they said the following things. If it's been more than 60 days since your case has been approved at USCIS and you still haven't received a case number from NVC, you need to let them know. So it's very important for you to update National Visa Center that this is going on. You can call them, let them know that your petition has not been received yet. You can call them, let me know that your case has been approved, USCIS, it's been over 2 months, your priority date is current, but there's still no case number. And NVC should be able to investigate and help you move forward. Again, it's a known issue. It's not just you. There's quite a few people that are going through the process. Case has been approved USCIS, nothing's happening on NVC, no case number, you can't access CAC system, no DS-260 is available. This is a known issue. So if this is a problem that you're facing as well, please let me know in the comments. But again, the best way to do it is to contact National Visa Center, let them know they're aware of that, and they're going to help you to figure out where your case is and push the case forward. Another question people are asking is, after submitting the DS-260 to National Visa Center, what happens if information is changing? You need to update, there's been some changes. Can you reopen, log into CAC and reopen DS-260? The answer is no. NVC will not allow you to do that. What you're going to do is, before the interview, you will update the officer of any changes, of any things they need to know that are different from what you submitted on the DS-260. It's fine, they're aware of that, but physically you're not able to reopen the DS-260 after it's been submitted and reviewed by NVC. So make sure you know that and save yourself the time from calling them, because they're not going to help you. Let's talk about immigrant visa appointments. The question they're asked from the Department of State is it true that immigrant visa petitions and K-1 visas are still a priority for processing at posts and consulates worldwide? And the Department of State said yes. As you remember, the prioritization system has been removed over a year ago, and now each embassy and consulates, using their own discretion and their own country conditions, to decide which cases go forward. But yes, immigrant visa petitions and K-1 visas still remain a priority to get interviews first and be processed as soon as they can. NVC continues to work with U.S. embassies and consulates to schedule appointments as slots are being available at U.S. embassies and consulates worldwide. Remember, as I mentioned to you before, once the embassies are opening interview slots, NVC is able to send document to complete and current cases to those particular posts. Until the posts are going to open those slots, NVC will keep and hold those files, and that's why they have such a big backlog of over 400,000 cases remaining, waiting for those embassies and consulates to open slots. As I mentioned before in the beginning of this video, they are moving faster. As you can see, we have more family petitions issued this year than in the entire 2021, and that will continue to progress as we move forward with time. Let's talk about admin processing cases. Many cases are being pulled to admin processing. This is something that will continue to happen. They don't give us exact reasons why cases are being pulled to admin processing. Sometimes they need to check something about a person's background. Things don't add up. The bottom line is that there's no time limit that they specify how long it's going to take. Each individual case will be different. Some cases are being resolved within 120 days, and some cases are taking longer. It is really important for you to stay in contact with the U.S. Post or consulate that selected your case for admin processing. If you stay consistent, if you follow up with them on a monthly basis, it will be more difficult for them to forget and ignore your case, and hopefully that case will come out of admin processing. You'll be able to get your visa approved and enter the United States. Let's talk about e-visa processing and interview waivers. Some applicants are questioning whether e-visas are also eligible for interview waivers. The Department of State says yes, but every consulate and post have discretion to decide if they're going to be waiving interviews for e-visa applications as well. It really will depend on the individual posts, and applicants cannot force individual posts to waive interviews. They'll make their decisions. Some posts are actually waiving E2 visa interviews as well. But again, it's not a common policy. It's not a policy across the board. It really depends on the individual post. And finally, the Department of State updated that they are pushing more and more officers to different posts and consulates worldwide to increase staffing. It's already started happening as of the beginning of this year. And as a result, you can see that it's working. They're able to issue more family visa petitions. They're able to waive more interviews. They're able to structure their capacity to be able to see more applicants, and I think it's really working. And I think we're going to see more of this result coming into place in the next several months. But yes, more officers are being sent to different consulates and posts. More facilities are being opened to facilitate interviews, and I think we're going to see a really big difference in visa processing after September, moving all the way through September, the end of 2022. We'll be surprised to hopefully see better processing and faster processing of these cases at different consulates and embassies worldwide. And finally, if you are at an embassy that is slow and delayed, you have the option to try to move your interview to another post. You have to do this by contacting the new post first to make sure that they will agree to move your interview to that post. Remember, under recent changes, some of these posts require residency, proof of residency. For example, Tel Aviv and some posts in Canada will require proof that you're actually residing, you have some attachment to that country before moving your interview to that country. Other embassies are not requiring that. So it's very important before you move your interview to another post, which is possible. In many cases, it's been very helpful. We were able to move some of our clients from Eastern Europe to Tel Aviv, for example. We were able to move them to other embassies. It is possible. It's worth it. So make sure you check with that post before you do so. Also, remember that if your case is still stuck, you're able to try to expedite it. It's still working. You still have to make sure that you do it through the National Visa Center first, get an approval, and then we get an emergency appointment to get your interview expedited at a different post. And finally, if everything fails and your case is really, really stuck, you can sue the government. And if you want to do that, make sure you talk to me and we'll help you with that as well. So text me 619-483-4549 if I can help you with any of your immigration matters, specifically with Department of State, embassies, consulates, NVC. This is what we do best, and we're here to help you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.